Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, and all the drama has led up to this point, the first round of the 12-team playoff. And a home field advantage for one side. This place is rocking. We have a great battle for us here tonight. Two teams with championship aspirations, but trying to define the odds and take a big step closer to that national championship. As we'll see, the number 10 seed in this playoff, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the number 7 seed in the playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Coachstreet. And the playoff is here. We've got a tremendous on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this one started. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this college football playoff gets underway. Return starts from inside the 5. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. And the runner brought down, but looks like there's a flag on the field. Let's see what this is about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Short connection to the tight end here. Brought down to the 23, good enough for a first down. The freshman quarterback showing what a cannon he's got.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. When he gets it down to the tight end, you can see what he can do after the catch.
Receiver makes the grab. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
That completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. And they'll use the ground game here. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
The back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? From the gun, he looks for an open man. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. When you look at that uniform, you think over the years of Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill set as some of those greats.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Physical run, breaking tackles. And it's caught. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. This offense comes out, immediately gets points on the board. Welcome to the playoff.
Man, that's coming out on the field with a purpose. Look, it's playoff time. Everything you prepare for is earned here and now. And that opening drive was the fruits of that preparation.
And the PAT is good. Now they get set to kick it away. And this won't be returnable out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Here's the 2nd down play. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big 3rd down now for this offense. They're down early in the game with all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Using his legs here. Breaks loose at the 40. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the 1st down.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
I think it's important to let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. And the back gets the football. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Brought down at the 50. Brings up 3rd down. So the ball placed right at the 50. Offense looking to pick up the 1st down here on 3rd and short. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Oh, that one's picked off. He's got some open field ahead. Past the 20. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Texas Christian.
Chris, how about the safety here? Just kind of sitting back, waiting patiently to read the quarterback, and then once the ball's in the air, there's the range to come up with that interception. And I love that he's got the speed in the hands to make this quarterback pay for it.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. This one is not returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. Offense back on the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick 6, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down.
But this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. With some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
He'll be forced out of bounds after a small pickup on that return. Offense takes the field now. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. He'll pitch it. He'll be stopped for a loss on the play. The defense all over the option that time. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Big gain, moves the ball across midfield to the 45.
Boy, another positive gain for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
They'll hand it off. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on 1st down.
And the Horned Frogs will line up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down after that previous play. Receiver in motion now. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Launching it downfield. Makes the catch downfield. The gain moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal.
The end of the 1st quarter with the score TCU 14, Ohio State 0.
Here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. Took some extra time in the weight room, hanging off on that play.
What a job shedding tackles, crossing that goal line. And if you're this defense, you've got to focus a bit more on the fundamentals and wrapping up, because poor tackling teams get exposed by running backs like this.
And he knocks through the PAT.
21, Ohio State 0.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? He'll hand it off. He moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Okay, ready?
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Same tailback, another carry. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
Boy, it's a beautiful run here for the first down. Really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years. Think about Archie Griffin and Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just so many great backs. We're seeing another one right here.
They'll run it here. Solid run. Tackled at the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
And now from the pistol formation. There's the handoff. He's found some room at the 45. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback, he told us about the receivers, and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
A handoff to the back. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Here's the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another 3rd down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. He's looking to scramble. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down game.
That's how you get after the quarterback. This is a great play by the defense of being able to affect the timing between the quarterback and the receiver. And, man, how about the hit at the end of the play? Man, he laid the hit stick on him there.
They need a yard here on 4th down to keep this drive alive. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. He's got it. A 4th down conversion. Drive stays alive. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
I thought the defense did a pretty good job here on this 4th down, but how about the quarterback? Throws an absolute laser to get that one in there for the 1st down.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, handoff inside.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Buckeyes are in the red zone.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Quarterback's got it on the option. Tackle, but 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
The pocket breaking down. Pass caught. Can he get in? But he stopped short, a couple yards from the goal line.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Got it.
A solid 1st down gain sets the ball up close to the goal line. Can they finish it off here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, they're getting closer, but they're obviously thinking that this is 4-down territory. At this point in the game, trailing the way they are, they've got to come up with a play to put this ball into the end zone.
Okay.
And the defense hold up here on 3rd and goal. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got it right near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Ohio State. The offense stretching the lead, building momentum. If this defense isn't careful, this one could get ugly.
Right now, this is just flawless execution. Every phase for this offense. Doing a great job of mixing in the calls. Right now, widening that lead and killing the will of their opponent.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Game has been hard to stop, and the defense makes some adjustments, come up with a stop here. Pressure is coming. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. So from the 18-yard line, it's 2nd and long. Quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Trying to create outside the pocket now. The protection breaks down again. Back-to-back sacks. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. Back-to-back sacks, and this home crowd is going berserk for this 3rd and long. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. And here's the handoff. They get him down, but that's a solid game. They'll have to hurry now. 2nd down with the clock ticking. They're going to run it here. Fighting off the defender. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a 1st down. The Buckeyes looking to use the up-tempo offense here. He's going to hand this off. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. You snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Lets it go as he's being hit. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw a good pass rush there on 1st down.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the 2nd half.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Quarterback making some changes at the line. They look to throw it here on second down. A sack in the play could not escape the pass rush.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, Chris, is people like to say this is an obvious passing situation. It's really hard to vary things up and confuse the defense. This time the defensive line just came right in expecting the pass and blew up the play.
Challenging spot for the offense. It's third down and long from the 45.
Here we go. Carrier.
Now someone moved this a bit too early. And it cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Now from the 40, the offense faces a third and long to keep this drive going. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it. Oh, that's just a throwaway there on third down. And now a fourth down play coming up.
Well, he just threw it away here, Chris, and it's not the worst decision. You wish he'd find a guy open to give him a chance for this offense to convert, but at least they have some room now to work if they want to bring the punter out.
The punt will bounce and roll out of bounds. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down. So the offense calls a timeout here. That's their first of the half. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. No press here. The defense backing away. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Breaks loose at the 45. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Just time enough for 1 more play in the half. They go with a direct snap. Picks up the first, looking for more. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, TCU.
So, with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. We'll see if he's got the leg from 49 yards out. And he's got it from 49 yards out. What a powerful kick. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will kick this away to get the second half going. That one sails out of the back of the end zone. The touchback. State offense comes back onto the field. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Crossing the 40. They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
The game moves the ball past the 40, sets up another 1st and 10. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Makes a quick grab. Tackled pretty quickly, but that is a decent gain on the throw.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
That completion makes it 2nd down. drops back in the gun, bringing pressure. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial 4th down try.
Here we go.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And it's broken up nicely. A defensive stop and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that 1st down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the 1st down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And that run, good for 1st down yardage. The drive moves on. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They'll run the option. Pitches to the back. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
He's out of bounds at the 27-yard line. 3rd down coming.
So let's see what the play caller likes here on 3rd and short from the +27. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. It's a short completion to the big tight end. They pick up the 1st down, tackled at the 25.
Think about this, Chris. These guys have been working since January of last year to get ready for a dream season. They've had that. Now they're here so close into the postseason and the playoff, working with the lead. It comes down to a 3rd down. They do their job, convert. Now they keep working that clock and getting so much closer to advancing to the next round.
Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball inside the 10-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the 1st half. They go right back to him again, and we can see the 2nd half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. Linebacker shifting around now. Tailback tests the middle of the defense. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
At the 5-yard line. Brings up 3rd and goal.
That play sets up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now. Ball handed off. I tried to use the stiff arm there, but the defense corrals him quickly.
How about that, Chris? They run the football here on 3rd down, almost pick up the 1st down. What it does, though, is it gives them a much better chance if they decide to go for this and picking up that 1st down. So here on 4th down, out comes the field goal team. It was successful.
successful on his first try. This is just a chip shot, 21 yards out. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And they add to their lead. So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Last time they gambled and lost, went for it fourth down in their territory and got stopped. The pass, here comes a jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over it that time. The Buckeyes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Looking to pass here on second down. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Oh, and he's got some space here. The coverage team makes the stop on this return.
And the TCU offense will take over. First and 10.
And the TCU offense takes the field. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here.
Yeah, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Keeping it on the ground here. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
It's third down.
It's third down after that run. Quarterback drops back. Goes to his right side there for the completion. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a fourth and short.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
And the punter stays on the sideline. Here comes the field goal unit out here to try from an ultra-long distance. Is it possible he can get it there from here? And it's no good. He missed it. Still a 20-point lead off the miss.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they're moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown to bury these 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin from their 47. Play action here on first down. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
And they'll take over first and 10.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the third quarter of play.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, TCU 27, Ohio State.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Uses a stiff arm to break free. He's in the clear now. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And the beatdown continues.
Touchdown.
What a long run for the touchdown. I don't know if his defense was caught sleeping or walking in mud. I can't pick which one. Maybe it's both, because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big game and a big-time score.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
Ohio State, 7.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And from Ohio State Buckeyes will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Running out of time in the pocket. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick it? Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. So early movement from the offense. That'll push him back 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. Needs a completion here on 4th down. And they've got him a sack to end the drive. What a play by this defense.
Well, this decision clearly backfires on this offense. Backed up inside their own 10-yard line, and you go for it? I mean, I get being aggressive, but that's just not smart football.
On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Backed up to the 5-yard line now for 2nd and goal. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. Touchdown, Texas Christian. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
Well, they just continue to do everything right. This offense has looked outstanding from the opening series all the way up to this point, doing everything that's asked of them, great execution, and put another touchdown up on the board.
Point after, up and good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Fields it just outside the goal line. Returner is brought down to start the next drive.
Ohio State Buckeyes will take over 1st and 10.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Remember, last time, went for it on 4th down and got stopped. And the opponent went right down the field. Let's see if they can recover from that here. Some hard running there through a tackle. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. He's running out of time here. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-hole. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
He's going to take off. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Oh, this is a great job here. Looks downfield, nobody open, takes off and tries to use his legs to go for it. It gets to the sidelines, gets out of bounds, avoids the hit, and most importantly, he got that first down.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point, move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is.
Looking for a deep completion. Trying to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And he's got his man open downfield. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
You can tell that this play caller, the offense coordinator, he's thinking about the future. He wants to see how his quarterback and how this offense wants to compete when this game's out of reach. He's going to be very happy with the result of this play.
Automatic at the PAT. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And looks like the hands team were able to recover the football. And the Horned Frogs offense takes the field now. This group has been clicking. They really built momentum, and the defense make adjustments. Come up with a stop here. Fights through the tackler. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Coaches told us in the game, production meetings, they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed. They also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. The Horned Frogs keep the football on the move.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
They're going to run it. Just a small gain, looking at 2nd and 9. Big guys on the field. The offense going very heavy. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. The slot are able to bring him down quickly.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about ground integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Press coverage now from the secondary. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg. Set for the kickoff here after adding to this big lead.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They'll return it from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And he heads out of bounds, moving backwards on that play. Didn't want to take the hit.
Well, the defensive coordinator's accounting for everybody except a tight end. He couldn't have been any more wide open on that play. Nice gain downfield.
And now the ball comes out. A disastrous play from the start. Able to get the ball back, but it could still be a drive killer. Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back.
Ready?
Well, now it's a nightmare for any offense. Third and long from their own one. Got to get a few yards to give the punter some room here.
Lasso. Ready, ready!
Backed up at the one, he's going to throw it. That'll be a safety.
Well, Chris, just when it looked like it couldn't get any worse for these guys, it goes from being bad to even worse. They seemingly can't do anything right. At least they only have the rest of this quarter. Don't worry, fellas. It'll be over soon.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And the quarterback just kneels.